Hello everybody, and welcome to the welcome video for Construction Management 1 this year, starting in Term 3 2012. Alright, so what I basically want to do is just spend maybe 5 minutes of your time just looking at the course contents, what we're going to do, and then we'll do a short tour of the website to make sure everybody understands what we have to do. Alright, so there's just a little bit of contact detail for you guys. I've given you my mobile number there, as well as my email address. So if you need to get a hold of me urgently, you know where to find me. I typically respond reasonably quickly to emails. That's typically the best way of getting a quick answer from me. Alternatively, I would like to encourage you all to use the question and answers forum, alright, because that just gives benefit to everybody else. If you do send me a question, I'll in any case paste it onto the Q&A forum so that everybody gets the benefit of that question. That's of course only if it's a course related question. If it's a private question that you have to send, obviously we don't share that type of information. Alright, so there we go. If you need to get a hold of me on weekends, just some forward notice. I typically don't monitor emails on the weekend. So if you do need to get a hold of me, send me a text or give me a call on my mobile and I'll be able to respond to you more quickly then. Alright, so there we go. We've got a service level agreement for this course, this term. Basically what it comes down to, if you post a question to the Q&A forum, I will respond within 24 hours, Monday to Friday, some weekends, or if you give me a call, I'll do it on a weekend as well. Right, so assignments, basically if you submit the assignment on time, within 2 weeks from the due date, I will be able to provide you with some feedback, the finalized results. Obviously the longer you take to submit them, the longer I'll take to supply you with feedback. Also, I will be applying the penalties. So if you are late, make sure that you submit a request for extension of time if you have a valid reason. Those of you guys who've worked with me in the past, you know that I'm not fond of those extension of time requests, but life does happen. So if you have something serious that occurred in your life, make sure that you follow the right procedure and process to get that extension of time in place. Alright, so there's basically the topics that we're going to look at in the construction industry. We're going to see what it's all about, where it's from. You'll see the assignments that we've got this year are a little bit different to what they used to be in the past. So we try and make it a little bit more different, interactive. So from the start of this term, we'll have weekly forum postings. Everybody has to commit or has to contribute to the question and answer forums. Just give me your short, punchy, concise feedback to the article that we've pasted there, and that should take care of that. Alright, so what we're doing is basically I'm trying to see if this can be a way of replacing the workbooks in the long run. Alright, so that's where we're going with that. So back to the topics that we're going to do is we're going to look at the demands of the supply of services. So the Bureau of Statistics website, you guys are going to become good friends with that. Remember, Google is always a good friend of yours, a good place to start. Estimating and tendering, we'll have a quick look at that. We do have a course that focuses just on that, construction estimating. So we'll use some of the information from there for those of you guys not familiar with estimating techniques and where the industry is going. Right, so electronic ways of doing that. Contract administration, management, handover and completion, we'll touch on all of those, and of course also the future industries. Alright, so those are the basic headline topics for this course. Some important dates that we have to think about. Census date, this is the day that you get to choose, yes, I want to stay in this course, or no, I'm overcommitted with my work, or I have some family commitments and I want to withdraw from this course without academic penalty. Alright, so this is a really important date. Closer to the time, I will also send out some emails to remind you of that date. The assignment 1, due on the 23rd. Assignment number 2, there's various dates for assignment number 2 because it has different components. So you'll see that the first due date for that one is coming up this coming week, think it's the 11th. Make sure that you've got that in place. And then, of course, assignment 2.1, where you submit the 3 different articles. That's due on the 18th. All right, so don't get caught with time on those assignments. Assignment 3 is a short workbook. I try to keep it as short as possible. That's due on the 4th of January. So make sure you've got that in place. You no longer have to go and interview people. I'm more interested in seeing what you've learned in the course and your personal aspects and ideas that you've gained. All right, and then of course, the most important assignment for this course is number 4, where you do your presentations and your business plan. That's on the 21st of January, and the presentations will be shortly after that date. Certification with grades, basically a month or so later, gives us a little bit of time to go through all the information that we've got, make sure that you've been graded well. Some notes on the assignment submission. Everything is electronic. There's no hard copy submission in this course at all. In fact, none of the courses in the built environment has hard copy submission anymore. Right, so the different formats that we support, anything in Word, anything in PDF, and please try and get it all into one file. In most cases, you'll be able to do that. Make sure that if you use Word and big pictures, that you compress the pictures before saving the file and submitting it. Just makes it a lot smaller to handle and makes it easier. All right, remember the penalties. There's just some information important that we'll focus on sticking to the penalties. So it's 5% per day of the available marks. All right, so 5% per day of the available marks for that assignment, and assignment 3, the workbook, 5% on the course total. All right, so we try and focus on those, make sure that we keep to those dates. All right, so if you have any questions, please submit them to the question and answer database, or question and answer forum, and I will be happy to respond to them. All right, so let's do a quick tour of our website, and let's just see what we've got there. And there you can see that's our Moodle website for Construction Management 1. This area over here, this is the area that you need to focus on. This is if there's any important postings, I will be making them there. The assessments over here, very important. This is where your assessments will be published. Make sure that you follow these dates, you can access them. And you'll see that each week I'll add the next assessment on there, so that that list will just grow. And as we reach the deadlines for each of those, the top ones will start disappearing, and only the ones that's still due will be there. All right, so all the information about the course, everything is there. You can go and find it. Important for our Collaborate sessions, I've added a little area there which says getting started with your Collaborate session. So please just go through there, make sure that you do all the steps, follow the process, and make sure that your computer is well set up before joining the session. You can also use your iPhone or iPad. There's apps that you can download from the App Store for Collaborate, and I've got some links for you down here at the bottom. All right, so that's getting started. And then, of course, our Collaborate sessions will always be in this area over here. I've also added the tea room. So what we see in there, that's the link to the tea room. The tea room is your play area. You can meet up with your other students when you want to discuss your assignments. And this is just a general area, and it stays open. So at the end of the month, I'll just extend it for another month. And this is where you can meet up. You can even, once joining the system, you can even start going into breakout rooms, making sure that you work on your assessment. If you need online, real time, chatting with your friends, this is like super Skype. You can do up to 200 or 300 people if you like. We only have a few students in the course, so it shouldn't be a problem for you guys. All right, so there we go. That's basically the site that we have at the moment. If you have any feedback, you're welcome to post that onto the question and answer forum over there, and I will respond to that. And if you have any questions, also same place. And yep, let's see how good we can make this course for everybody. All right, and yeah, that's the end of our little introduction. I'll start posting information about our first online session shortly.